Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about The Little Mermaid. Again. If you don't know, the new version of The Little Mermaid, the mermaid will be black. And a trailer for the movie recently came out, and it has caused a stir. And it prompted a message. And I kind of want to go through it. The first video I ever watched from you was the one about The Little Mermaid. I watched a few others since then, but I saw you tweet about The Little Mermaid and thought I'd ask a question. Your first video talked about the original story of The Little Mermaid and how that's so different from the Disney version that people can't be upset about them changing Ariel from white to black. Now, if you don't know, pause this real quick. If you don't know, the original story of The Little Mermaid is messed up. Ariel does not get a happy ending, okay? It is drastically different from the Disney version, okay? But I didn't grow up with the old story. I grew up with Disney's. I have red hair, and she was relatable to me, and I loved her sense of wonder, and it encouraged me to be more open and curious. The way she gave up her world for love made me want to be brave. I think your Curious George hat and stuffy means you might understand. I just don't see the purpose in changing her race in the movie. I loved this movie so much, I named my daughter Ariel. She, like me, is red-headed. Now that's not going to be the iconic thing about Ariel. Maybe I'm being selfish because I'm attached to the red hair Ariel, but why change her race? Okay. So, the relatability thing, to me, that's always been weird. I don't know why a character has to look like you to be relatable, but you're not an anomaly there. There are a lot of people who feel that way. And because of that relatability, you took away that curiosity, that desire to be brave and, being more open, all of that stuff, right? And that's a good thing. It's a good lesson to pull from The Little Mermaid. And now that story is relatable to even more people. Those lessons, those things that you found so formative that you named your daughter after the character. Now other people can find that relatable in that way. I would also point out, as far as your daughter's concerned, it's not like the cartoon version. The old version is like going to get deleted. It's still going to be around. Like, that version of Ariel will still exist. It's not being erased. But there's another thing here. I just don't see the purpose in changing her race in the movie. Now, I know what you really mean here. Like, I know what you're getting at when you say this. But I'm going to answer that literally. I don't see the purpose in changing her race in the movie because it's the entire plot. Without that, her sense of wonder, her sense of curiosity, it all goes unfulfilled. She doesn't give up her world for love. Why do it with this particular movie, with this particular character? It's the perfect character to do it with. It's in the story. She gives up her race, mer people, whatever it is, to turn human. If you're going to try to interpret it and pull out a larger moral from it, it would kind of be that race doesn't matter. That seems like one that would show up in it. And I have found it very funny that a lot of people who have found this film so formative seem to skip right over that part. Like, it's a major piece of the show, of the movie. It's part of the story that you can't You can't get away of it's even in the original when you go way back. I think that people are getting wound up unnecessarily. This takes this show, this film that you love, and it introduces it and makes it relatable in the same way that it was relatable to you, to a whole new group of people, a massive new audience. And they can get those same lessons and that same inspiration that you got. And hopefully, you can apply the more, to me, the more overt message, but maybe the more subtle message to you, that race is not really the biggest part when it comes to love. If you loved this film, you loved this character as a white redhead, there's no reason you couldn't love her as a black mermaid. That seems to be like integral to the plot, is that love conquers all, including race, to the extent of like literally different species. You're talking about mermaids and humans in the film, and what people are complaining about is skin tone. It seems like it should be easier to get over the skin tone. Just saying. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.